Breaking in the last 45 minutes after days without school and numerous protests over pay, Durham School Superintendent Dr. Pascal Mubenga has resigned effective immediately. Thank you for joining us. I'm Gerald Owens. We have team coverage of tonight's breaking news. We begin with Lena Tillett, who just got off the phone with Dr. Mubenga. Lena, a big loss for the school system. What did he have to say?
Yeah, Gerald, Dr. Mubenga said he has no regrets. He's very proud of what the district has been able to accomplish under his leadership over the last 7 years, though he said it is unfortunate this is how his tenure ends. Mubenga said he and the board mutually came to the decision for him to resign, which is effective tonight. I asked if he thinks he's wrongly taking the fall for the salary debacle that has plagued the district over the last few weeks. Here's how he responded.
I'm not saying that I'm taking a fall because once the board attorney that's will do the investigation, they're going to release the report. There's nothing that I did wrong. Whatever decision that came out, it was pretty much a mutual between the board and myself. So I'm not going to call it a fall. So it's just the right time for me to walk away.
As you heard there, Mubenga sounded accepting of what happened tonight. He mentioned all the district has gotten through over the last several years, including the COVID pandemic. But he said these last few weeks have been chaotic, so he apologized.
I'll say this, my apologies to the Durham community. Our kids, our families, they deserve better. It's very unfortunate that we get to this point. But there are a lot of great things that we have at Durham Public Schools, and we have qualified folks with a good intent and good folks that will be able to continue this work.
Now, as far as who could serve as interim superintendent, Mubenga says that will be up to the board to decide. WRAL's Carly Haynes is continuing our team coverage at the meeting now. Carly, school board members said it was tough to accept the resignation.
It was definitely a sad mood from them tonight, Lena, but there were some big updates within the past hour after the school board got out of their closed special session. One, they revealed some of the findings of their internal review, which revealed some major communication issues with the former chief financial officer. And then, of course, they announced the resignation of the superintendent who had been in his position for the past 7 years. After a 3-hour closed special session, DPS Chair Bettina Umstead announced Superintendent Dr. Pascal Mubenga's resignation.
Dr. Mubenga has done good work here in Durham, and it's extremely difficult to accept his resignation this evening.
It's the latest move by the Durham school board members during a tense stretch over pay for classified employees. The school board releasing findings of the internal review of the pay issue to the public. It revealed the former CFO knew back in February 2023 that the true cost of the raises would double once years of service were calculated, but never communicated that to the school board. The superintendent learned about it in November, then called for an investigation. DPS negotiate. The past few weeks have been filled with protests, including one held before the special session, a solidarity walk earlier in the day, plus 2 others that forced 19 schools to close after a majority of staff members called out.
And that has a big impact financially, stress-wise. I've lost trust really with them because, I don't know what they're going to do next.
We did have some audio issues earlier, but I did want to say that within the past 15 minutes, we received the full internal review report. And in that report, it showed the former chief financial officer proceeded to build the budget request using much lower cost estimates calculated based on state employment rather than total years of work experience. At WRAL's Chris Lovingood joins us now. Chris, I understand you spoke with Durham's mayor.
I did, Carly. Mayor Leo Williams says he only knows so much about the situation, but does know there have been issues regarding salaries. And he understands that the CFO did resign and then now the superintendent, but he questions what the outcome of these resignations will actually be.
I'm not sure people resigning is actually going to solve the issue. You might want to solve the issue before people just jump ship or before you get rid of people. So I honestly, this is overall just a very unfortunate situation. For me, the number one issue is children should be, have uninterrupted learning time.
He also said it's important that the district communicate what went wrong, which, Gerald, judging by what Carly just told us about that report, we now have an idea of what exactly went wrong.
There's a lot in that. Chris, thank you. WRAL will continue to follow developments on this late-breaking story, including that report, throughout the night on our website and on WRAL's Morning News starting at 4:30.